But now, thank you so much, Passion Profit team. And today our conversation is going to be social media part two. Last week we had Stewart Samkange who shared with us on LinkedIn about different strategies on how to optimize our LinkedIn profiles. And today we are going to talk about the other platforms that you can use for digital marketing for your business. So today we are focusing on social media platforms for your business. I've already shared with you virtual classroom etiquette. And no, we're not going to do the legal today. Next week, we're going to have all things legal, digital marketing, legal mistakes and fixes. All right, I have to remember to put the legal. And then we're going to have some freebies at the end. So please make sure that you stay till the end and listen into what freebies do we have for you this week. There is going to be some. And Stephen Maina is the founder of Leafron, and he's going to be sharing with us digital marketing mistakes and fixes, social media platforms, and we're going to talk, not all of them, there's about 18 different social media platforms I discovered when we were getting ready for this broadcast. But we're just going to share, I think we're going to share about 5 or 6, and then we're going to look at websites also. And before we jump into it, just a little overview. Uh, a little overview why digital marketing is important, and not just digital marketing, any kind of marketing. And right now, I'm sure you have heard it said that when you're not marketing, you're like a guy winking at a girl in the dark. Of course, the girl is not going to see you, and you're not going to get her phone number. So what are some of the things that you need to do to make sure that you're seen and your phone number is collected? I think we are living in a very strange time. It's both a time of gloom and it's also both a time for glam. So you have to be careful that Corona doesn't paralyze you. Listening too much to what is going on about Corona is going to paralyze you. It's going to make you start thinking that you're not going to get up again. I tell people that as long as you're alive, you're still relevant. You're still relevant, and that means that there's a solution you're supposed to be providing, a problem you're supposed to be solving. So don't give up. Listen to what is happening, but listen to see where you can plug in and provide a solution. How can you stay in touch with your clients? Social media is extremely effective for social distancing. So you can social distance physically, but digitally we encourage you to carry on. So at Passion Profit, we have what we call the profit engine, and this is something you need to be doing in and out of season. I know sometimes people feel guilty to advertise when there's a pandemic or there's a crisis going on, but you need to understand that even in the midst of crisis, there are other people who need to hear your voice, and your voice could be the voice of hope for them. Your business is solving a problem. How can you continue to stay in touch with your clients, not just for selling, but for giving hope, for helping them know that it's all going to be okay? So the first thing we talk about is your marketing. You identify your market and your message. We already covered content creation in the weeks past. And if you didn't join us, you can always send us an email and you will get the recording. Every week, if you've registered today, the newsletter that will go out on Monday will have a recording of all the 4 videos that we have had this month. So you don't have to worry. Just look out for the email. Make sure you click on the link and watch it. So the first part of marketing is creating interest. So it's not selling your big flagship product, but it's beginning to create interest by letting people know what you do, how you add value, how you can solve a problem. Then they get to know you, and when they need you, they will call you. And as you do that, you capture leads and not likes. Capturing likes is great, but a lead, you have their phone number, you have their email, you can call them, you can nurture them, you can engage with them. So, and then after that, if they like you, you convert them into a sale. And once they're a sale, that's not the end. That is just the beginning of the relationship, because it's easier to sell to somebody the second time than it is the first time. Thank you so much. I see some more people have joined us, and yes, Steve is also here with us. So we're just going to get right into it. And Stephen Maina is passionate about helping businesses discover how to leverage digital media platforms to grow their brand visibility and drive their business objectives. He has trained over 800 entrepreneurs in East Africa on digital skills. He's he's a Boost with Facebook trainer. He has 8 years digital marketing experience. He's a buying professional, Facebook Blueprint certified media buying professional. So he can guide you on how to boost and buy ads so that you're not just boosting to get likes, but you're actually getting leads that will convert into clients. So he's also a media planning professional, and he's a Facebook certified digital marketing associate. And his favorite quote is, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," by Steve Jobs. I really love Steve Jobs. Steven, habari yako?
Nzuri sana. Morning, Frida. Morning, everyone who's joining us from all over the country.
Good morning. Good to see you. How are you feeling today?
Much better. Feeling great.
Good. We had a joke there. Steven was not feeling too good, but we are sure it is not corona. And so even if he coughs, he doesn't have a mask, but he's good. He tested negative.
Yeah.
All
good
righty.
to
We are really excited. So today we're going to be talking about the social media platforms, and I was so excited about what you are ready to share. But yes, just give us a little overview of what is the social media overview here in Kenya? What are things looking like? Karibu.
Sure. Thank you. And before I continue, I'm still laughing at a guy winking in the dark. Yeah, that's hilarious. And also I feel so much pressure presenting after Stuart. You know, Stuart is a maestro. Yeah? He's a
LinkedIn maestro, and you're all others maestro.
Thank you. I accept that. So I really enjoyed last week's.
It was so much fun.
And for those who missed out, you can email and get a copy. Stuart did a great job in talking about LinkedIn. And today we're going to talk about the other platforms that your business should be on. But as Frida mentioned, just to paint a landscape, when you talk about be on social media in Kenya, be visible on social media, you get a lot of naysayers, people who say, but I've been doing business this way. Why do I need to be on social media? Well, there are 8.8 million reasons, Kenyan reasons. You need
I hope the Christians are listening, because the Christians normally tell me, and no offense to the Christians, I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor, and I'm going to heaven. But Christians, we need to be relevant. We need to be spiritual and relevant to this earthly place. They normally tell me Jesus did not have social media, and his message is still going strong. I say, sour, all right, it's okay.
Maybe to remind them, their business is not as strong as the gospel. Eh?
So I'm like, you're comparing yourself with Jesus? My story has ended. It's okay. As you're going to use social media, you use Jesus media. Sawa. Carry on.
So this is a study, just to quote, this is a study from Hootsuite and a company called We Are Social. It's a collaboration, and they did a study on social media, actually globally. And this was the Kenya, I pulled this from the Kenya report. And I think we'll put in a link, Frida, for the rest when you're sending the newsletter later on for the report, where they can access the full report. But in a nutshell, it's 8.8 million people in Kenya who are on social media, which is just 17% of the total population.
That's huge.
It's huge. I mean, and that for me speaks potential. There's so much potential for social media to grow. And if you look at it, in terms of looking into the future, then means there's more room for it. Frida's jumping into the next slide. It's okay.
No.
Okay. And then, but just a highlight is that 98% of people who are active on social media are accessing social media via the mobile phones. And that, again, just continues to emphasize how big mobile is in Kenya and just the explosion of mobile. And I think that two Thursdays ago, we talked about the landscape of mobile and how big it is in Kenya and the opportunities that lie there for businesses. But you can move on to the next one now.
All right,
Peter was asking, how many social medias? There are millions of social media.
I put up my hands.
So there's something, Frida, we call the donut social media explanation. Yeah, it's not my own invention. It's something that is up there. So this is not something I crafted. You can Google it and look it up. But it uses a donut to sort of explain the different social media platforms that are there. For example, on Instagram, you'll say, here is a photo of my donut. Okay, and you take a photo and you show the photo. On Facebook, obviously, you'll say, I like donuts. In LinkedIn, interestingly, he say my skills include donut eating. In Twitter, you'll say I am eating a hashtag donut, and so on and so forth. For YouTube, obviously, you'll say these are video of me eating a donut. Pinterest, for those who are familiar with Pinterest, you'll say here's a recipe here's a donut recipe. Snapchat, for those for those who are familiar with it, you'll say, hey everyone.
That Snapchat thing, Stephen, if we just take it slowly, dog. What
I
is
know
Snapchat and who uses Snapchat? Is it for business or is it for young people so I can just skip and carry on?
It's a bit for both. Right now, it's for the younger audience, and how I look at social media platforms as a business owner is where are my audiences? My audience,
like
or audiences actually, different types of audiences. Where are they spending time on? So if your audience is, if for example you're selling, I don't know what teenagers consume. I don't know.
Candy and pocket money from their parents.
Yeah, they get money from the parents. But that's how I always justify what social media platforms you should be on. It's looking at, you remember, Frida, we talked about putting together a digital strategy, and the core of that is always knowing who your
audience is.
Who your audience is. And I go back to that because it is so important to know who your audience is.
Extremely.
So then that way you're not opening pages on Snapchat and there's even TikTok. TikTok is not even captured here, yeah?
What? So I'm safe from Snapchat. My audience are not Snapchatters.
No,
Thank you.
I don't think so. It's a younger one. It's not to say they might not be in the next 5 years, but right now, and how I look at it, I'd rather be, honestly, be in 3 platforms and I'm engaging and I have great content than I'm in 6 platforms and my presence is diluted. I can't keep a track on all of them. So, that's how I look at it. And because of that, we're only going to talk about 3 for now today. We're going to talk about Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'll have wanted to add YouTube and WhatsApp into that conversation. But obviously, as Frida always says, it's just a conversation. It's just a part of a broader discussion that we're having for digital. But in a nutshell, Frida, that's how you interpret social media and what different platforms do for each person.
I think that really removes the stress from trying to be in everything, because people tell me, I'm on this, I'm on this, I'm on this, I'm on this, and then who is your target audience? Silence. So I think we go back to the drawing board. Who is our target audience? Where do they go? All right, what are they consuming? And then we show up there. I think that's great advice. Thank you, Steven.
It is. And the report that we'll send, when we're sending out, we'll send a link to the report I shared earlier. It will have a link and you'll be able to see the age group distribution of those platforms. So that's something I think we'll be interested in.
So we're going to have the report in the newsletter for them on Monday. Fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
So you want us to carry on here?
Yes, let's move on.
All right. Okay. So great. So we're going to start with Twitter for business. Like Steven has told us, we don't have to be everywhere. You are supposed to be where your target audience is. Like, I love Facebook. So he was telling me, are your people on Facebook? So I said, I'm going to go back and find out. I'm just playing. But yeah, we have a lot of people on Facebook. So Steven, tell us about Twitter for business. Please take note that what we're sharing is how to use social media platforms for your business. Of course, there's how to use social media platforms for personal. So take a quick note that it is for business. Steven, how do we use Twitter for business?
Well, the first things, and these are really basic. I mean, the list could go up to 10 or 20, but I decided let me put the first 5 that are almost obvious, but you'll be surprised how many businesses don't actually do this. The first, as simple as it sounds, is create a username that brands your business and build also an effective profile. So, for example, when you're saying make sure your Twitter handle, your Twitter handle is the at like SFA Kenya. That's what we're using, at Safaricom. Build one that relates to your business. Obviously, there's a 15 character limit. Also, you can't have the word Twitter there, and you can't have the word admin in that. So Twitter won't allow you to put those words in there. But think of your clients. Think of a name that is easily recognizable, and that will help people remember who you are and relate it. So when I see your handle, your Twitter handle, I shouldn't be left guessing.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, leave that for your own personal handle,
those crazy things, so-and-so babe. Those are good for personal handle.
Yeah, for business, just keep, I should be able to read your profile and your name, just your name, and get an idea of what you do as a business.
Okay.
Yeah?
There's a
The
real
second,
crazy handles out there.
oh yeah, oh they're crazy. And the second one is follow those in your industry. So that's another thing I see, that you want to follow everyone and in anyone. Follow those in your industry. If you want to expand that, and that's a big if, follow those who will be potential customers. Why? Because Twitter, the idea of Twitter is, for some businesses, it might not deliver value. But again, I think I mentioned last time, for businesses that have a large customer base, and even you as an entrepreneur starting up,
Yeah.
it's a great way to interact. So for larger businesses, it's a great way to interact with customers. I've talked about the KPLCs and the Zukus having a very fast and cheap way to communicate to a mass audience. But for you as a business, look at Twitter as a way also to connect to other business leaders, and have sort of conversations and that sort of a thing. So
I really like that
them.
Twitter has really broken barriers, because you can get all these people on Twitter and they talk back to you, which is really
Directly.
cool. I love
Directly,
it.
without going through a PA, without going through 10 phone calls.
And
Yeah.
five soldiers.
Yeah. The other thing is a hashtag that's popular in Twitter. Build your own unique one. For example, like even today, I was just checking today, Safaricom is promoting a hashtag, and I think you've all seen it, apart not alone. That hashtag in itself does not say anything about Safaricom, but if you click on it, it's obviously a Safaricom hashtag, because most of the hashtags are going to be about Safaricom. So build your own unique hashtag. It can have your business in it, can fail to have your business in it, but let it be unique. And also use other hashtags when you're posting. Now, do not crowd the hashtags. That can be off-putting. And please, Frida, this I have to mention, do not add a hashtag that is not relevant to your business.
Like now I just put COVID-19,
yeah,
so that I can show up.
Yeah. So you're selling eggs. Here is Steve trying to sell his eggs. And so that my hashtag can get, my tweet can get more visibility, add COVID-19. In fact, I don't want to buy eggs with a COVID-19
hashtag. It's like when people are talking, I always feel like sometimes social media, it's like when people are just talking in a room, you don't just pop up and start shouting PassionProfit. You kind of listen what they're saying. So yeah. I feel like social media didn't come with a manual. So we do all kinds of crazy things. But just the way we don't interact people in the physical realm, we should stop it in the social media realm. I like that.
It is, so please, entrepreneurs, let it not be an SFA entrepreneur putting a hashtag of COVID or, whatever is trending.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't piggyback on a hashtag that is not relevant to your business. Yeah. The fourth is obviously engage your audience. That's obvious for all platforms, but you'll be surprised how many people are not doing that on Instagram. And the fifth one, the last one, is don't automate your tweet. What do I mean by that? A lot of people have tied their Facebook to their, rather their Twitter to their Facebook account. So every
post, make life easy for them.
Yeah, it does, and I know where they're coming from. But what happens is that when the tweet is posted on this other side, what they don't see is that this other side, a tweet comes without any, what is it? Sometimes, most of the times, it comes without an image. So that in itself, visibility goes down. It's truncated. So, because Twitter obviously has its character limits. Yes. So what people end up seeing on this side, so on Facebook, they're seeing a very good post. But on this side, they're seeing, they're seeing something that is not resembling. And people can tell. People can tell this is something that is just generated from Facebook. So I always advise clients, copy paste, shorten it, add a few hashtags, customize it for Twitter and post it. It'll take you less than a minute if you already have the post on Facebook.
Okay, I like that. So avoid automation. So there's a place for automation and there's a place not to automate. But if you automate, make sure you adjust it. I like that.
Yes, and Twitter in itself, and maybe when we do the bigger, masterclass session where we'll talk about how you can actually automate within Twitter. There are tools that can help you automate Twitter. But this particular one I'm talking about is the one from Facebook.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned the masterclass there. Please make sure you don't forget to tell us about it at the end. We are getting ready for a masterclass where maybe you're saying, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know which platforms I need to be on. How do I create a content calendar? How do I engage? People are always saying engage. I am always there faithful on my social media platforms, but nobody is talking back to me. What do I do? Steve will be covering all that in the masterclass, and we will share more about that at the end. So Steve, let's carry it forward and let's go. The next one you're going to be telling us about is Instagram. This is the one that, just drives me crazy, but thank God for my youngest son. I'm always doing stuff and then I run to him and say, okay, what did I do wrong? Where has it gone? I need to cancel it.
Yeah, Instagram has really, really picked up. And for those who don't know, Instagram is Facebook owned. It's a Facebook owned platform together with WhatsApp. So a lot of what the growth that Instagram has experienced is actually because of some of the features that were in Facebook that have been put into Instagram and really helped it work better. Again, we're talking about Instagram for business, so it's not your own personal Instagram. For that,
where you have to post all my pictures from the swimming pool and
what
Dubai.
You ate today, where you're going. I can't help you with that one.
I was told Instagram is for influencers, to post their lifestyles. If you're not an influencer, is that true?
Well, yeah, it is a lot of weight on influencers. Some have called them influencers because they bring negative for your business. And it's such a touchy subject because influencers
I know, and I'm sorry to bring it up. It's a corona of sorts.
Yeah, it has its good. I'm not going to, throw shade on it. It has its good, but also you have to be very careful with the kind of influencer you are taking your business to. And I think we talked about it, especially in the West, you see it a lot. For example, some time back when Tiger Woods had his crisis, within 24 hours,
yes,
and you can even Google that, about 20 or 50 brands had dropped him. I mean, the only brand that stuck with him was Nike. Dropped him. And they canceled the contract because they know the weight an influencer has on their brand.
On their brand.
The other thing is, maybe that's in the US. In Kenya, what happens is that the influencers may not be so many. So you have one person speaking for 5 brands. And sooner or later, people start knowing.
I find that strange.
Yeah.
How can you speak for Omo? You speak for another powder brand. I'm like, seriously, where do you stand?
Even if it's not a powder brand, today you're talking about this detergent. Tomorrow it's about how this coffee is the best coffee in the world. Tomorrow, so I take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying don't use influencers, but be very thoughtful on how you approach it. But before we digress, let's go to Instagram.
Please, I'm sorry.
The first thing you want to do is please convert your account to a business account.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? Is when you open Instagram for your business, it comes in as it opens as a personal account. You have to go in and again, this is a small, it's a 5-step process. Frida, maybe we can also include this in the newsletter that will go out today.
5-step process. Okay.
Yeah, but basically what that means is convert your Twitter, from your your Instagram from a personal account to a business account, because it gives you access to insights, and insights help you see who are my followers, what gender are my followers, what time my followers are looking at my post, how many people have saved my post. All these are things you can't get on a personal Instagram handle, and also obviously allow you to promote some of your posts. So that's the first thing. The second thing is create content that appeals to your target audience. It sounds obvious, but you'll be amazed how many businesses are going wrong with this. And again, I know, broken record, please know who your target audience is, guys. If you don't know that, then you're winking in the dark. You're a guy winking.
Stop winking in the dark. I think now we should just be saying, stop winking in the dark, and they'll get it.
So, so do that. So ideas of content is behind the scenes. How do you make, if you're making a physical product, take people behind the scenes, share photos of your team, who is your team, product sneak peeks, if you're going to launch something, if you have something coming soon. Client testimonials are gold. You can have a way of capturing client testimonials and posting that, that sort of a thing. So it's not always selling. And I think we talked about this in detail when we talked about content. The third thing is the bio on your LinkedIn, or rather on your Instagram handle. Make sure you fill it out strategically, fill it out like a business. Yeah. So that's where you're gonna say what you can throw in your mission, what you do, what drives you, what hours your business is open, where you're located. I mean, give it a proper, don't just put a hashtag or a line there. Pack it, because that gets visible and that gets seen a lot. When you have a sale and you want to drive people to a direct link, that's a place you can also add a link that takes people directly. Number 4, Instagram is visual first. So that's a big thing. It's visual first, and people see the image first before they read the caption. So make sure your photos are high quality. Again, in this day and age, with smartphones, you can take really, really cool photos and really high quality images with your phone. So please utilize that. Make sure your lighting is okay. If you went to YouTube and Googled how to take amazing photos with your Instagram, with your photo, with your camera, you'll be amazed how much content is there to help you as a business take good photos. So please don't take the grainy photos, dark, poorly lit photos.
And you can use the filter thing, isn't it? I found the filter makes things look really much better.
It does, but don't overuse it also. You want to use it sparingly.
That's for Frida.
Yeah, it's like the food. Frida, we've talked about that. When you go to a restaurant and you order the food and say, give me number 5.
Yeah.
The plate comes and you look at the photo of number 5.
And like, did number 5 change?
Because of the filters.
Like, I want number 5 of the photo, not the new one. Not the new and improved number 5.
I know. So use filters, but be cautious on how you use them. Yeah.
Okay.
Last is hashtags, and hashtags are huge also in Instagram. It's an easy way of you to get found by people. Okay. But the trick is Instagram, actually, this is from Instagram, and they recommend 3 to 5 hashtags. So I've seen bloggers and people who put 20 or even 30 hashtags. I've seen that. And it doesn't give much value in the long run. So 3 to 5 hashtags. There are sites, by the way, I recently discovered, there are sites that will help you. For example, you're saying, I'm in the cake industry. What hashtags are popular in my industry? There are sites like besthashtag.com.
Best hashtag. Okay.
Besthashtag.com. There's Keyhole. These also we can add, Frida, on the newsletter that will go out after this. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll help you.
Here. Okay.
Yeah, it'll help you, because you're like, okay, what hashtags do I put? And they say there's some hashtags that it's a drop in the ocean. The big hashtags like Instagram that have hundreds of millions of posts. You're better off not putting those hashtags on your post, because really it's such a popular hashtag that your chances of getting that hashtag are next to nil.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, and then you're going to give us a bonus trick on followers?
Yes, there's a bonus trick here.
I'm not forgetting.
Yeah, so if you want to, people are always asking, how do I get followers on Instagram? Yeah. Something that you can do, because Instagram doesn't allow you to advertise your page, and to ask for followers in a sense. Yeah. So how you can do it is that look at people in your industry. For example, if I'm a baker, go and find another popular baker in your industry. Look for the people who are following that baker and follow them. So the idea is following people who are already following a baker, and chances are, if you have the right content, they're going to follow you back on that. Yeah. So,
leave that baker and follow me. That's not nice. That's a real trick.
No, they're not going to unfollow that one. They're just not going to follow you.
It's all fair in love and war and business.
That's true.
Okay. So we carry on. So
yes,
that was the Instagram for business. I see your questions in the question and answer, and I will get to them. Thank you. Continue putting your questions in the question and answer. We will get to them as soon as he's done, I think, the next one. So share with us about Facebook. Facebook is really my favorite place. I love Facebook. And I'm told that Facebook is for a day like me. So I'm like, really? I love it.
And we have to crash that. We have to crash that thinking. Facebook is king, and obviously I'm biased.
I agree.
But Facebook. But really, and I've found people very interesting the last 2 or 3 years. I found people who had actually sort of left Facebook and said Facebook doesn't work and are now coming back. Two things about Facebook.
Let's find out something. Sorry to interrupt you, Stephen. I actually had a poll. Let's find out what social media spaces are they in. Let's find out.
Yeah, sure, that would be great.
Yes, I'm asking. All right, so guys, look at the poll and tell us what's your favorite social media platform for your business. Mine, of course, is Facebook. All right, you can call me Mzee, you can call me anything you like. All right. All right, the votes are coming in. We have 2 people.
Frida, can they submit more than one?
Now that is a tricky question. I don't know if they'll be able to submit more than one. That's like asking me.
Just submit one.
Submit only one. Let's see how it's going so far. There's 59. Okay, there's 13 people say Facebook. Yay, those are my Facebook buddies. But Facebook is going up. I don't know why it's not allowing everybody to vote, because I'm seeing 15 people, but we are 59. So I'm not on social media. There's one person not on social media. We are at 21 people. 21 of 59 have voted. All right, all right. So 16 on Facebook. Facebook is still the highest, Steve. Yeah, Facebook rocks. And then we have Pinterest. We have some people on Pinterest. IG, we have 8. And then I think not everybody's, there's something not working on this poll. Let's see here what they're saying. It's true Facebook is for the old, but here's a great platform. Ouch! Thank you, Justine. For social things for younger ones is IG mostly. And who are the younger ones? Can we hear how old these younger ones are? And you have left LinkedIn out. Yes, I left LinkedIn out because we were doing LinkedIn last week, so that was intentional. Okay, so that's interesting. Kindly share last week's meeting recording plus link Stephen has referred to in the discussion today. Absolutely, it's going to be in the email. So there we have it, Stephen. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's carry on, and I'll just give you the feedback. 17 people say Facebook, 9 people say IG, 8 people say WhatsApp, 5 Twitter, and 3 Pinterest. All right, so I'm gonna end the polling, and let's carry on. Tell us about Facebook.
Interesting. For the person who said Facebook is old, and here's the thing. I was gonna say also 68% Facebook. You know, that's great. So yes. So when people say that, I always ask then, who is your target audience? Okay. Who has the spending power?
I like that. Say that slowly.
Yeah.
Who has the spending power? Because that's your target audience. Thank you.
Frida, we're talking about business. We're not talking about hype. We're not talking about likes, what looks cool. It's a
money in the bank. Money in SBM bank. That's what we are talking about. All right?
Nice. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. SBM.
Pesa ndani ya benki. All right.
Exactly. And I always also take people back to Instagram is a Facebook-owned platform. And on Facebook, you can advertise to people on Instagram. You can generate leads. You talked about leads. You can generate leads from Instagram. You know, WhatsApp is Facebook-owned as well. So, you know, in a sense, when you think about Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Think about, and when I refer to Facebook, they call it the Facebook family of apps, you know.
Okay.
So, and Facebook is here to stay. You know, they keep rebranding.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, guys. So, you know,
no wonder you have all the credentials from them. I think I'll start flattering you.
Please do. Okay, so can we dive into Facebook now?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing is you want to have a Facebook page, a business page for your business. And this is something I keep repeating even in other trainings, because you'll be surprised the number of people who run their businesses on their own personal profiles. Again, it's the same thing as Instagram. You're missing out on so much. You're missing out. The biggest thing you're missing out on is, number one, obviously a professional look for your business. Yeah. Number 2 is you're missing out on insight. So for example, I want to know out of my page likes, how many people are male and female? Where do people live? What ages are my followers? What times of the day are my followers on? You know, all that you can get from a click of a button on your Facebook page. So the first thing is, please run your businesses as a Facebook page. The other thing is update your profile, as simple as it sounds.
I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah, that's also something. Your cover photo, we talked about that. It's a first impression. You know what they say about the first impression, so, they don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So that's the first thing you want to make sure. Your profile photo the cover photo is a big photo up there. The profile photo is a small one. So reserve your profile photo for your logo or a close-up of maybe what you sell. Cover photo could be, for example, if you're a cake artist or rather a baker, it could be you at work or your team or some of your product. And then fill out your about section, add all your location details, that sort of a thing, because it helps you get found easier. So when people search for Facebook and they search for cake vendor in Nairobi, so Facebook is going to use what you filled in your about section to get you found.
Okay.
So
that's important to fill the right stuff on your about section.
It is, yeah. The third thing is choose your what they call a CTA button, your call to action button. So Facebook gives every business page a blue button just on the bottom right. You open it on a bottom right, not bottom, mid right, that allows you to add a call to action. Now, a call to action can be things as book now, contact us, shop now, sign up, watch video. Please customize that to your business. Obviously, for example, if you're a travel agent, you'll want to have book now, because when people book now, they can be taken directly into your website. If you are a business, maybe if you sell maybe insurance, you can have a call now, call to action. When I click on that button, if I'm using my phone, it automatically starts dialing your number. So, that's something that you want to use for your pages.
Okay.
And if you're wondering, Frida, which one do I put, my go-to call to action button will be send message, because it almost works for all businesses, but don't leave it blank. Make sure you customize it for your page.
Don't leave it blank. And I know what I like about Facebook, Stephen, is that when you open a Facebook page, I recently opened a Facebook page, and it guides you what you need to do, and then it tells you continue doing this, do the other, and then it guides you how to start inviting people to like your page until you get to 10 people. And that was over the weekend. This morning, I got another email, answered these questions to help us, tailor your page. So it really takes out the guesswork out of it. So I said, with this page, I'm going to be a nice girl. I'll follow these Facebook tricks.
It does. And you know what many people do? You know what many people do when those pop-ups come up and Facebook is trying to help you to cut? They just
delete.
Close.
I don't close it. I actually stop, read, go back and do what I need to do. I'm bent on making that page the best page out of all the other brands I have. So thank you so much.
And Frida, just, Facebook has so much potential for businesses, and we'll discuss this now when we do the master class. For example, just a quick one. Facebook can allow you to target an ad if you're baking cakes to people whose birthday is the month of April. So for example, you can start, even now during lockdown, you can create an ad and tell Facebook, I want everyone whose birthday is in May, aged between, now there you can even now choose your dates, your ages, aged between 20 and 45 years to see this ad. And you can put something like, celebrating your birthday in May, call us for home delivery on this number.
Exactly.
How powerful is that?
And people love their birthdays. So I love Facebook, no matter what anybody says. And then I like the Facebook Live. You can do Facebook Live, get people to, to really know what you're doing live right there and kill all the shyness. So thank you so much, Stephen.
And it goes even deeper. And again, I keep going up to the masterclass, and we'll probably talk about this. And big companies are using this. For example, I don't digress. For example, you go on to Jumia. I don't know if this has happened to some of the people listening. You go on to Jumia, you see a nice, maybe for the ladies, you see a nice sofa, or even for the guys. What am I saying? You see a nice sofa.
You are the one on the sofa, so for the guys.
You see a nice sofa that you like, you say, this would look nice, and you close Jumia and you leave. But then when you get on Facebook, lo and behold, you see the same sofa on your Facebook page, and you long closed your Jumia page, and So there's a way Facebook allows you to track people who visit your website and target these people on Facebook to help them even convert more sales. So, you know, it's powerful on so many levels.
They're stalking us.
Yeah, it feels like it does. And Frida,
I'll say that quietly.
The worst thing is when you look at something you didn't mean to buy, and for 2 weeks you keep
It
seeing
keeps
it everywhere.
following you.
Yeah.
It
So
keeps
sorry,
following you.
it
So
keeps
thank
following
you.
you. Just go back, Frida. One more.
Yes,
Just finish.
okay.
Just go back.
All right.
Yes. Lastly, is high quality photos. I think we talked about that on
We did.
Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And Facebook Insights. We talked about that. When you use your page, please look into your insights. See what times are people engaging with your posts. What times are people online? Facebook is able to tell you your audience is online this kind of time. And I think that's it. I'll take your questions. I'll also throw in my LinkedIn handle there. So if you can follow me there, or if you can engage.
What we can actually do, first let's clap for Stephen. If you can clap or just raise your hand if that was really helpful, because I know there's some version. Okay, I see some hands. When I see your hands up, that means it's a clap for Stephen. Stephen, thank you. Of course, you're going to stay there and tell us about the masterclass.
Yes.
Before we talk about the websites, we do have a website partner called the Kiru Creations, and they were not able to join us this morning, but they sent me with these 10 quick tips for you, which are going to be in the recording. Continue putting your questions in the question and answer. Steve is going to answer them, and he's going to talk about the masterclass. If you'd like to join us for the digital fixes, in the masterclass, we'll only talk about the fixes. So put your name in the chat session so we have your email address. That information will come out to you directly. So some essential features that every small business website must have. Number one, catchy domain and reliable hosting. Having a good business name is the way to go. Avoid having a name that you have joined, your family members. Have a name that will be appealing to your target audience so that when you say www.passionprofit.com, people can find you easily. Number two, make the navigation simple and easy. People can find things quickly what they're looking for. Remember, when people go to Google, they don't look for the number one leading business, the number one solutions provider in training. They look, the key things that they put in, the problem that they're having. They're looking for a business coach. They're looking for a business mentor. They're looking for a social media strategist. So make sure that those words are on your first page so that when they get there, they actually find what they were looking for, if they get there, because if you don't have the right words, they won't even find you on search engine. And then have clear-cut description of what you're doing. Avoid using technical language because people don't think in technical language. Try to think about what keeps your target audience awake. What are the words that keep them awake, and use those words to provide the solution they're looking for. Client testimonials are great. I find that many times we are excited after we have served a customer and we don't remember to ask them to say something about the service we have provided. It's good to ask them immediately after the service when they're still nice and happy, and then you get that, you document it, you take a picture. If it's not a social distancing days, ask them to take a picture and post on your social media pages, and you can use this picture on your website. Also, fresh updated content. This is one reason why we are closing the Passion Profit page, because what is written on that website is not what we talk about. So I even didn't want to come up and do this. I wanted the Kiru guy to come and do this himself, but he was not able to join us this morning. So number 7, social media integration. Make sure that your social media icons are on your Facebook. So when people come on your Facebook, they can go and follow you on Twitter. They can also go and like your Facebook page. They can also see what is going on your Facebook page, your social media spaces, which is more current. Have a coherent call to action. A call to action is telling somebody, after you've read this, this is what I'd like you to do. Many times we don't make the ask and then we lose out on getting the client or generating a lead. SEO simply stands for search engine optimization. Make sure that the words you're using are the words that people use to search what it is that you're doing, and they will find you. Remember when we started earlier, Stephen said that most people are going on social media through using their phones. So you want to make sure that your website is mobile enabled, mobile friendly, which just means that it looks the same way when we look at it on a computer and when we look at it on a mobile phone. So you want to make sure that it is mobile enabled. And our partner for websites is the Kiro Creations, and that is my clock telling me that our time is up. So I'm going to take Stephen's questions, and as Stephen answers the questions, Stephen, you can see the questions there. Number one, I get more traction when I piggyback on trending hashtags. What do I do to get more traction? I think he shared that already. So that is question one for you. Let me see if there's a similar question.
Let me just answer that. Melvin is asking, but you get more traction from the relevant audience. Obviously, if I had a hashtag, let's say I'm selling eggs today, and I had the hashtag coronavirus, it's gonna get more views. That's for sure, because more people are viewing that hashtag. But is it the right people viewing the hashtag? So, use industry, and again, we'll share those hashtags at that site that can help you understand in my egg selling business, or in this kind of industry, what hashtags are used by others in my industry. Yeah, so that's how I'll answer that.
So I say use correct hashtags. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then this good morning. Can you have both a personal and a business account on Instagram?
Absolutely, Nora. You can. By personal, I mean maybe Nora Mboya on Instagram. That's okay. But then now for your business, obviously, it's a different one. And even as a personality, you can have, for example, you can have, I don't know what business you are. For example, if I'm as a fashion designer, I can have my name as a page, even on Facebook as a page, and my own personal one for maybe family and friends. So that's possible. But those are two different entities.
Interesting. Okay. Because I remember there was the same question for LinkedIn. LinkedIn, we were told for the page, we can only do one. So there's another question here. It says, since client testimonials can be bought or faked, oh my God, how can one make them look and come through as genuine? Wow. Why would people buy client testimonials?
No, it does happen, Frida.
All right, so what do we do?
Where Hudson is coming from. Man, that's a hard one. I mean, how can you make them look genuine? Number one is asking the clients. You can ask them to record themselves.
Like a video?
You can ask them so they do it at home. If it's a product they're using, you can show them using it. You can use their full names, for legitimacy. They can use their full names. And they can speak about what the product has done for them. I mean, past that, it's hard to control what people will say and think.
This is so funny because there's a client we're working with in the wellness industry, and and she was helping people to lose weight. So I said, this is so cool. We should have some people who have lost weight come and talk about it. The people who had lost weight did not want to come. Because and then also she makes people look younger, whether it is plastic surgery or whatever.
And they don't
want to come. First of all, the face ones didn't want to come because she said that they normally, when they ask her, what are you doing? They say, oh, it is the grace of God.
Kenyan.
So even if you go to her space, you don't see people at the reception. You have an appointment, you arrive, you're taken straight to a room. People don't meet.
That's hard. I mean, for that, I'll probably enter a contract with someone and tell them, listen, I'm going to give you my services for free, but here's the catch. If any transformation, we're going to record your transformation journey.
I like that, your transformation journey.
But make them sign somewhere.
I think that is so funny. Anyway, so different strokes for different folks. Thank you so much, Stephen. As we are getting ready to invite SBM Bank, you have answered the questions that we have today. Thank you so much for participating. We are getting ready to wind this up, and SBM Bank is going to come and share with us about what it is that they do, especially how they're keeping us safe in these Corona times and how we can continue using their services. And Steve, you're going to stay till the end and tell us about the masterclass, so we can allow SBM Bank to jump on board.
So I say it at the end, yeah?
You tell us at the end. Just give us
Okay.
a few quick things that what can they expect so that they get excited to sign up.
Okay.
And we are not going to have fake testimonials. We are going to have links of the pages of people we are serving.
That's true. Okay, so we'll talk
Anthony,
at
you're
the end.
funny. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this morning. This is Frida Owinga from PassionProfit, and we have been with Stephen Maina, the founder of Leafron. We have been talking about digital marketing mistakes and fixes this month, and today he was talking to us about the different platforms that you need to have your business on, and what are some tips and tricks that you can use if you're stuck or if you have been doing it wrong. I hope you got some tricks and some tips. And if you're looking for more, we are going to be having a masterclass where he will help you some more. So we encourage you to stay till the end and hear that. But right now, I'm going to invite SBM Bank. So SBM Bank, whether it's Abdia or Margaret Kimani, please just speak and let us know what you have for us today. This is a partnership of SBM Bank and PassionProfit, and SBM Bank is State Bank of Mauritius. Who is here with us today? Karibu sana. I see Abdia. Abdia, are you the one speaking today? Let me see here. Okay. Chesubire says, genuine testimonials always have a personal touch and are visible. So remember that. SBM Bank, can I see a chat? SBM Bank, are you with us this morning? I know we were supposed to have the Vice President of Marketing, and she's not able to join us. I got that message while you were on the broadcast, but I do see, let me see, who do I see here? Abdia, if you're here, please speak to us. Margaret Kimani, if you're here, please let us know what SBM Bank has for us today. I'm just trying to. One day we'll have, those, okay. To our letters, okay, Stephen is saying thank you so much. All right. Margaret, I can't hear you. Unmute us. All right, you're unmuted. Let me find you here. All right, so I'm getting news. Margaret Kimani. All right. Let me see if you're muted here. All right. I'm receiving word they're here. All right, here you are. Okay. Unmuted, Margaret. Please speak. Unmuted, Abdia.
Hi, Frida.
Fantastic. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good morning, guys. How are you doing?
We are good, Margaret. How are you, and how is SBM Bank team?
We are awesome, grateful, very grateful. Sorry, Stephen, so sorry. I was on another session, so sorry, but I'm here with Michael.
Okay.
We are very, very grateful for what Stephen has walked us through, and yourselves.
Thank you.
Perhaps I can go through, unfortunately, Magdalene Mulandi is feeling a bit unwell today, so we're gonna keep her. And I'll just go through this slide and introduce Michael for the interest of time.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So, dear colleagues, whoever is, everyone that is tuned in, good morning. I will go straight to it to just introduce SBM Bank. And my name is Margaret Kimani. I head the Women and Youth Banking sector. So SBM Bank stands for State Bank of Mauritius. We are a sovereign bank out of Mauritius, 50 years old. And we offer all commercial banking services, everything else that every other bank in Kenya, offers. We are one of the largest banks in Mauritius, state-owned, as you know, from the name state. We actually do a lot of non-financial and financial services. We do exist in other countries. We are in India, we're in Madagascar. Last year we entered Seychelles. And of course, proudly Kenya is our African hub. So our vision, as you can see on the screen, is to become an international diversified and digital financial service provider. And we are digital. So we offer all the alternative channels that you can talk about. And especially now that COVID has actually transformed the world and the way we do business, we do offer a lot of, and we are really encouraging our customers to also, embrace the new normal and go online. We do believe our mission actually, which we are very proud of, is to build lasting relationship, offering distinctive products that are relevant to our customers, because the reason we exist is our customers first. And of course, exceptional customer experience. We do pride ourselves in customer experience. Personally, myself, my mantra is very simple. Any service we offer, if I'm not happy with it, would our customers be happy with it? Then our second mission is obviously to retain top talents in the market. We do hire the best, and we do have the best. I think many of you will agree who have interacted with many of our staff in the 52 branches in the country. We do pride ourselves as the employer of choice. And some of you might not know that we are listed. We are the fourth largest listed bank in the stock exchange of Mauritius. So that should tell you that we do care about risk management and managing costs, and we prudently manage risk and corporate governance for us is a huge deal. That's why we are listed in the stock exchange. As you know, for you to be listed in a stock exchange and exist for so many years corporate governance is key. Our core values are customer, like I've mentioned. The customer comes first. In everything we do, the customer comes right there in the middle. Customer is first. We are an innovative bank. We want to offer relevant services that are relevant to the customers and in the space we operate. We obviously believe in diversification to minimize risk, and we are very conscious of our environment. Many of us are struggling with this coronavirus, and that's why in everything we do, we have to take care of the environment, and we believe in trust. We are a trustworthy bank. I'll not repeat the rest of the things that are there, but I've talked about in everything we do, we make sure that we are committed to world-class standards in every area. We are in 52, we have 52 branches in the country. Some of you, I think, might not know, but we acquired Chase Bank, 75% of Chase Bank in 2018. And then a year before that, in 2017, we had acquired Fidelity. So really, many of you I know, proudly I can say this with no doubt, that many of you are already our customers. And when you go to locations where Chase Bank existed, we actually, we bought 75% of the bank, of Chase Bank. So many of the Chase Bank customers were obviously acquired, and we really appreciate you guys. Many of you, the ones that are not banking with us, we welcome you to our branches. We are open. Please allow me, before I introduce Michael, to say that we stay open. We offer a very essential service, and we are not closing. We've opened, but we are complying with the regulations. Some of you that bank with us, you might be aware that even the customers that come to our branches, we have to, make sure that you guys are, protected. We are sanitizing, we are checking temperatures. Even for our staff, for us guys, when we come in, we have to check our temperatures. We are masking, we are keeping the social distance, and it's very important. So kindly, Frida, because I know I can go on.
You have Michael today. Yes, please welcome Michael. He can tell us what's his name and what he does at SBM Bank. Excellent. And just take it away.
So Michael happens to be in our alternate channels department. And in relation to COVID, you guys know that other than walking into the branch, traditionally, many of us, we are relationship banks. So we love that, the physical, the fact that customers can walk to our branches anytime. But Michael happens to be in our alternative channels. Alternative channels are the other, non-physical channels that you can actually interact with the bank. Cards department is what he's heading. He's a senior manager in the cards department. And other than cards, guys, I want to encourage you to use your mobile services. We have this campaign where we are telling customers to go cashless. Please avoid touching money. Personally, I've completely, no longer touching money. I try to transact online. We do have digital channels. mobile banking, internet banking. So allow me to introduce Michael. I will just move.
Okay, Michael, karibu sana.
Thank you. Good morning, all.
Good morning, Michael.
Hi, Frida, and other people.
Michael, hold on. There's somebody, please mute yourself so we can hear Michael. There's somebody with a radio or something in the background. Kindly mute yourself so we can hear Michael. Thank you. Michael, you can take it away.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back again about a fortnight ago when we were talking about the cashless transactions in the market. We can't re-emphasize that because my colleague has talked about it. If you allow me, I can just take 1 minute to talk about the cashless because we didn't do it completely. We look at the statistics and we saw that the most profitable business in the world at the moment are the Amazon, the Alibaba, the PayPal. They are leading in terms of the wealthiest guys. And what are they doing? They are facilitating cashless transactions. Now, I want to go straight to my discussion today.
Yes.
And I want to talk about credit cards as a form of financial support to our SMEs.
Okay.
I want to talk about first the types of cards that we offer into the market, and I want to believe each one of you enjoys those. One of them is our debit cards, which are linked to transactional accounts. You can still use them at any point of sale or internet or online at no extra cost. We have the prepaid cards, both Visa and UPI. Again, you can use them as a form of cashless transactions.
Okay.
And ultimately, we have the credit cards. Each one of us as a business person or as individuals, we need to do financial transactions. And we need once in a while to get facilities. And that's why we are saying today, we want to discuss about credit cards as a source of finance for business. Now, I'll go straight to what is a credit card for the sake of those who may not have what I'll call a layman's definition. A credit card is a form of a facility with a revolving credit. That means it's similar to a loan, only that in this case, the credit that is there is revolving. So how is it, how can it be used at a business point of view from an individual? Today, you will apply for a credit card. You'll be allocated a limit, take an example, 100,000. You'll make use of you transact either cashless or a point of sale. But remember, we said we want to minimize contact with any other environmental points. And therefore, when it reaches at a point when you need to give your card, make sure you are the one who is inserting the card so that we can remain safe and at the same time observe the social distance. After that, you'll capture the amount and then you capture your PIN. Frida, something has happened? Or,
no, I just put it. You're still on. There's a bit of cracking. Okay. I'm not sure if it is from you or from somebody else, but we are very much on, Michael. Carry on.
Okay. Then you can move to the next. Frida?
Your volume has gone down. Can you use your earphone or get closer to the microphone? Can you hear me? Let me see here.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Can you move to the next slide?
We don't have any slides from SBM for today. That's why I only have this one. Can you hear?